Good evening or good morning, everybody, and welcome to Manning Field for this matchup of the boys lacrosse team, the Lynn Jets. First one we're bringing you in a long time. Happy to have you. Thanks for tuning in. Jets taking on Somerville right now, and currently Jets standing at a 2-3 record. Last game a loss to Medford 14-3. And Malden, home game on Thursday. Somerville coming in with a record of 2-3. Last game, a loss to Saugus, 11-8. And their next game versus Revere. I'm Sean Donahue from Lynn Educational Television. Happy to bring you today's game. Thanks to Mikey and Patrick for coming out and bringing you this one. So after the face-off and out-of-bounds call, Jets going to take possession. Midfielder out of Jets. Wearing, I think, number 11. Nobody was expecting us here. Shot on goal. Nice save by the goalkeeper out of Somerville. I got a roster from Somerville, but no numbers. So everyone was surprised that we're coming out to cover this one for you today. So we'll do our best to keep everybody in. Good job by the attackman at trying to keep the mid defender at bay. Forces a sloppy pass. Interception by the Jets. Jets now back to work inside the box. Midfielder driving in, looking for a lane, doesn't see it there. Passes off to Maldonado. Maldonado goes right back to the adjacent. Pulling the defender way out, probably looking for an ISO opportunity here. Driving inside, able to sneak past two. No shot on net. It's going to pass down low to the attack. Ex-attackman with the rock and assaulted immediately by the long poles out of Somerville. Has to pass off to the adjacent. Drop ball. And Jets still looking for a seam. Attackman down low. Going to bring it up top. Midfielders will fill in the void. Looking for an opportunity on a pick on the right-hand side. Able to get it. Create a little bit of separation. Not enough. Trying to find the ex-player. Attackman down low. A shallow pass falls short, and Jacoby Camo doesn't have enough to get there. So clear going to happen for Somerville. Midfielder able to use the wheels to get across the half mark. Looking to try to get a touch inside of the box. And Somerville on the move offensively. Going right to the ex-player. Good heads-up play by the Jets defender. Try to keep him in front. Looking for a shot at a fake opportunity, trying to catch number 28 out of the Jets off guard, but he's not going to fall for it. And that's Julius Sereno. Shot off net. Somerville first to get to the touch, so they'll maintain possession here. Shot on net, wide left, and the Somerville ex-player ready, willing, and able to get to the line. Somerville ball. Somerville playing wide out, and the Jets playing in a tighter zone. Trying to sneak past, able to get past two, takes a shot on net. And for some reason or somehow, by a miracle, ball stays out. Goalkeeper picks it up out of Lynn. And we'll get you a number on the goalkeeper. I think we got number 8 down here. Transition for the Jets, pretty seamless. Able to get their touch inside the box. Somerville pretty liberal on the pressure when it comes to clearing thus far in the game. Ex-player assaulted, covered by 2, loses the possession. Somerville defender scoops it up, gets yard sailed by one of the attackmen down low. And it looks like the Jets are going to take it outside the box. Denham Dembro going to be tasked with that responsibility, or rather he'll pass that off. Trying to drive inside. Looks like number 22 out of the Jets roster. Derek Sock. Jets able to come away with that one on the 2v2 situation. Bounce shot coming in. Jets able to score right off the bat here in the first quarter. And the goal is going to go to number 29 out of the Jets roster. And we'll get you a number on that. Unless, Mikey, you see something different over there. 29. Whom is not on the roster. That's excellent. We'll see if the picture Mr. Mower provided us gives us that player's number. So Jets able to draw one in, and number 29 is not on this roster either. Goalkeeper for the Jets, wearing number 18, is John Doyle. And we know John, I believe, from Lynn Classical. Pretty solid TV media student. Somerville takes the face, gets the touch, and they'll get to work right away. Driving from the top of the box, takes a long shot off the pipe. Jets going to get an opportunity to clear here from their own territory. Midfield is going to get the wheels on as the Somerville attack is closing in. Forces a sloppy pass. That one going to roll out of bounds. Somerville ball. And we're sure it's number 29 over there, Mikey. That's what I saw, too. Midfielder able to get past 2, 3. Drives inside of the box. Fended off by the Jets defenders. Pass it off to the adjacent. Takes a shot about 15 yards outside of the crease. That one goes wide. And we got to update our score here. So the midfielder testing the waters against the defense, able to get past 2, looking for a shot on net, and he's able to drop one in on John Doyle, and you can't blame the goalkeeper down low. That shot came screaming out from about 5 yards out. So 1-1 early on here in the first. Yeah, I saw number 8 too. That's all right, Mikey. We're all trying to warn. John Doyle, it's good to know he's number 18. So, yeah, I saw number 8 too. Goalkeep. Jacek Petch. So, can't blame. I think we pronounce it Peck. So, a bit of a scrum for the face-off. Jets put the works on defensively and making those not-so-easy ground balls a little bit harder. Jets got to clear out from their own territory. Able to get across that midfield. Looking to the adjacent. It's got a wide-open lane. Forced inside. Nice job and good poke check by number 15 out of Somerville to force the drop. And I think the Jets are going to benefit from a hold call. So they'll start with possession outside the box. Looking for a lane. Defenders on a Somerville not going to make it so easy. So Derek Sock doing the work that he does. Seems as though he's our key player from the beginning of each series. Sock loses possession there, looking for help on the adjacent. Scooped up quickly by the midfield, and looks like the Jets are going to get a slashing penalty. So play's going to carry on until that ball is lost. Passes down low. And we should have a stoppage. And we'll go to the referee. So we'll try to track those guys down. Well, they might have picked up the flag. So I don't see that on the field anymore. And we'll get back to the mix. Looks like Somerville's going to start with the ball right at about the 10-yard line. There we go. So 1-1 here in the first. Just about 5 minutes left in the quarter. And Somerville going to get to work right away. Shot off net, wide left, down low behind the net. Passes up top. And the midfield are going to try to take a whack at it. Quick shot. And when we see those shots, gentlemen, let's start to zoom out so we can capture any potential goals. Somerville doing a good job at moving the ball. Great shot opportunity. About 5 yards inside the box. Somerville's attack doing a good job at chasing those balls as they go out of bounds. Another shot opportunity here. Wide left and hits the ex-player. So Somerville going to take it from the X position. Passes off to the adjacent. And looking for a seam. Has to pass up top. Going across the mix. Trying to create some space with ball movement. Another solid shot from Somerville. And eventually, Peck's going to have to take a breath from saving these goals. Peck getting a lucky bounce off the pipe there. Somerville doing a good job at creating separation with ball movement. Midfielder looking for a seam inside. Jets defender's not going to give it to him. Sloppy pass and a quick scoop for a turnover. Jets now working to get back into the box area and get to work offensively. And looking for a cutting attack player just a little bit off. And the goalkeeper now loses possession of that one. Shot on net. Goal by the Jets here in the final minutes of the first. And we'll get you a number on that player. 9. So number 9 off of the Jets roster. Finn Dalfuro. Able to drop in a goal. And mind me while we make an adjustment to the score. So 2-1 here. As we're in the final 5 minutes of the first, we'll go to the half mark for the face. Taking the face off for the Jets. Number 4 still fighting for it. Getting a hack-a-lacked all around. Now a 2v1 situation. Trying to create some space. And Thavon Sem on the face-off. The shot on net saved by the goalkeeper out of Somerville. Long clear. Just trying to get that over the half mark. And the Jets defender coming up to contest. Midfielder has to stay back. And it looks like the Jets are going to be offsides. So the defender screaming across the half mark. There has to be 3 defenders left on the half mark. And a quick clear gives Somerville an opportunity to head into the box with a man-up situation. Shot saved by Peck. Peck now going to bring it around the X position. Looking for an help. Doesn't have it on his adjacent. Got to go to the midfielder. Cutting across. And Peck saying thanks to number 29. Who who's got a goal and is playing well, yet we do not have a name on the roster for him. He is the ghost of Jets past. Jets midfielder screaming in, taking a shot wide left. The attackman there for the chase. Jets to maintain possession here. Final 2 minutes of the first. And screaming in, looking for the attackman sitting in front of the crease. Not able to get it. Scooped up by the midfield out of Somerville. Now Somerville on the move, trying to create a little bit of space. Able to find a bit of a seam. Still has a midfielder in front. Passes off to the adjacent down low. Contested right away by the Jets defender. Now the Jets on a clear. They're going to keep a midfielder back. This time they keep all three. Able to get past two. Now just looking for a little bit of help and a prayer. Pass that off to an attackman. And good hustle by the defender. Out of the Jets roster, Rafael Ortiz de la Rosa. Got to give a little love to the long pulls. No help from the attack, so Somerville on the transition. Now in a man-up situation, Jets have to retreat to play defense. And the defender in Jets territory able to scoop that one up and save the day. Another goal on net for the Jets. Everybody showing the love. And we'll see if Mikey can get a number on my guy over here. Yeah, I got number 2 as well. So 3-1 as we head into the final minute. Jets over the Somerville Highlanders. And number 2, Jacoby Camo, drops in a goal. Back to the half mark for the face-off. And the Jets got to start to pour it on. They've got the momentum here. Face-off a little sloppy. Attempt on the ground ball not low enough. It gives Somerville an opportunity to capitalize, and they do now in a fast break situation. Jets midfielder retreats, gets in front. Stem off the fast break, looking for some help in the attackman to the adjacent. Right back up top. Substituting player coming in. Discovered by the D-poles. And a low shot saved by Peck. Peck with a handful of saves here in the first. Looking to get it up and over. Finds an attackman across the half mark. But not able to get it. And the final seconds tick away. And as we head in to the second, the Jets are looking at a 3-1 lead over Somerville. We'll be back after this break. Since 1986, Lynn Educational Television has enabled students to work in the television industry and learn how to produce media. LETV creates working opportunities for Lynn students, giving them the benefit of gaining real-life work experience in production. Lynn Educational Television brings value to Lynn students, delivering standards-based curriculum in the classroom from middle school to high school. LETV creates future generations of media professionals. remember not so long ago that Jets roster was a lot more shallow. And I think we might have had a bit of an audio issue for most of the second, but we're able to bring that back. So after the timeout, that'll force Mr. Donahue into the post process for this game. Sorry about that for those who are at home. Out of bounds, Somerville ball. And the midfielder out of Somerville screaming across the half mark. And the Jets defender's doing a good job to funnel him back out towards the alley. He'll take it from end to end, looking for help in the adjacent. It's going to get it in the form of a pick. Set not so well. Passes up top to the midfielder, right back down. And the Jets a little bit looser on the man. Ball down situation. Forces a little help from the Somerville adjacent. They're able to maintain possession here. Good clean checks from the midfielder out of Lynn. And a pass attempt bounces off the face mask of the attackman out of Somerville. Now the Jets trying for a quick clear. And loses possession of that one. Jacoby Camo just assaulted. Somebody call the cops. I think that's Camo down there wearing 2. Camo a hustler and not shy about taking a stick. So the ball rolls out of bounds. Possession is Somerville's right here from the half mark. And an offsides call not going to be called. Ah, there it is. So the offsides call coming from the attackman, and he's offside, so he might as well go in and play. Somerville going to benefit from the penalty, but they're going to keep the game going until we lose possession. Defender trying to get in there and lift the stick, and Somerville too quick. Looking to pass off up top. Contested right away by the Jets. And the Jets have an opportunity for a fast break. However, the penalty is still underway. So we're going to get an offsides call. And the Jets going to play in a man-down situation. Coach Peter Papp bringing out the 4th deep hole. And we'll get a look at the Jets' man-down situation here. Somerville will start with possession right at about the half mark. And now the Highlanders trying to drive in. Takes a shot. Able to sneak that one past Peck. And must have had a good look at the seam. Number 8, once again, his 2nd goal of the game. And Somerville High School digging their way back into this one. Finding themselves in a man-up situation and capitalizing on it. And just about 5.5 left here in the quarter. So Somerville trying to win on a face, and the face-off crew from Lynn doing a good job at getting the clamp. Scoops have been a little sloppy, but enough chaos to catch Somerville out of position. And that one bounces off the ankle of the Spectre. And a better job by the Jets attack and not going off sides. A little bit of the turf monster eating up number 11, but he pops back up looking for a little help to the adjacent. Not going to find it. He'll still get contested by the Jets defenders. And play on call will start the possession once again for the Highlanders down low. Screaming inside, 2 collapsing in. Good poke check. A little late. Midfielder out of Somerville able to find some help in the adjacent attackman. And he'll bring it to the top of the box. Looking to create some separation with speed. He has an ISO opportunity. A pick on the right-hand side. Drives inside. Good job by the Jets defender to slow down the progression. Another shot gets over Peck. But we have a flag on the play. So we're going to go to the referee. Right to the left, right there. This guy's going to have to call, Patrick. And I think they're going to wave that one off. Or are they going to give it to him? So the goal is good. They're heading into the face-off, and the Jets now looking at a tie game after a solid push by the Highlanders to bring it within 2 and then 1, and now all tied up here in the final 5 minutes of the first half. Screaming in after the loose ball push call. Midfielder trying to take a shot on net, blocked by the defender out of Somerville. Somerville long pole screaming in to try to scoop that one up. Midfield knocks it back down. Somebody's able there to pick up the slack for the Highlanders, looking for some help down low, and the attackman, that one's going to sail out of bounds. Follow the ball, Pat. Unmute the microphone, Mr. Donahue. We all got something to say about criticizing one another. How can we bring you a better production? It's always the goal here at Lynn Educational Television. And we do a lot with little. Jets defender are able to maintain possession. He's going to need to dump that one off. Now facing 3 Highlanders in front and getting assaulted by the Somerville long pole crew. A bit of a scrum down low for it. Somebody's going to need to kick that one out and create some separation. Somerville able to do it. Highlanders struggling to get out of their own territory. Jets going to able to maintain possession. An early spin forces a drop ball. 2v2 situation. And the Highlanders, D-poles, are out there chopping wood. Somerville with the rock. And the Jets a little out of ways when it comes to being ready on the defense. A couple players able to retreat back in. And the Somerville offense now starting to find a bit of a seam. And finding a groove here. It could be dangerous for Peck. Shots coming in way up high. Ex-player close enough for the chase. Somerville ball. Good check on the ex-player to drop that one. Defender from the Jets coming in to scoop it up. Looking for some help downfield. And hacked right away by the attack out of Somerville. And luckily for the deep pole, one of the speedier players, number 1, off of the Jets roster, Denham Dembro, coming in using the wheels, taking a shot on net. That one wide left. Ex-player coming up top, looking for a cutting midfielder. Not able to complete the pass well enough. Sails out of Somerville territory across the half mark. And now the Jets trying to retreat back to play defense. And a shot of desperation as the final seconds tick away. And as we head into the third period, it's all tied up. Jets 4, Somerville 4. And we'll be back after this break.
What is community? It's more than just where you live. It's where you feel safe, seen, and valued.
is built on trust, respect, and working together.
Every small act, every helping hand creates a ripple effect.
Turning a negative moment into a positive one. Lifting each other up when we stumble.
Unity isn't just a word, it's the foundation of a thriving community.
It means embracing our differences and celebrating our shared humanity.
That's community.
Bring unity to your community.
Hi, I'm Mikey, and I'm here to talk to you today about Lynn Classical Volleyball. The signups have already started, but you can still go talk to Coach LeBlanc in 8302 for more information. Come and join Lynn Classical Volleyball and have some fun with us. Have your parents ever told you to get your lazy butt out of your chair and go play outside? Well, look no further. With the Lynn Classical Boys Volleyball team, we are here to help. You know, it's a great sport, meet new people, but sadly, we only offer this sport in March. For signups, go talk to Coach LeBlanc. Of course, you already know where he's located, 8302 if you forgot. Make sure you have an up-to-date physical clearing you to be able to play. Our practices are every weekday at 3 p.m., right after school. Make sure you get there as early as possible to help us with the setup of the net. We do practice on Saturday, but it's only for varsity, and it is at 8 to 10 a.m. If you're looking to get in shape, well, the Lynn Classical Volleyball team, well, more specifically, the boys Lynn Classical Volleyball team will help you get in shape. It won't just help you get in shape, but you'll meet excellent new people. They'll make you feel welcome from day one, and they'll have you have the time of your life. You'll have so much fun. Come and join us, why not?
At Classical, we believe that strong instruction is built through collaboration, reflection, and shared responsibility for student success. This week, every department is participating in a school-wide gallery walk featuring lesson artifacts created by our instructional leadership team. These artifacts include lesson tasks, student work, and teacher reflections, and they offer concrete examples of how intentional task design can deepen content learning, build academic language, and increase student engagement across all grade levels and disciplines. Many educators at Classical have engaged in professional development on quality teaching for English learners. This gallery walk is how we bring that learning to life, by learning from real classroom practice. As teachers move through the gallery, department heads facilitate a structured protocol using 4 detective lenses: content, language, equity, and collaboration, so teams can focus their thinking and learn with purpose. At each station, teachers leave appreciation-based feedback, allowing us to celebrate strong practice and continue to grow together. This is professional learning that is grounded, collective, and centered on our promise to students and families that equity is something we intentionally design for. This is how we turn shared vision into daily practice.
Welcome back. Second half underway, 4-all. Somerville pouring it on towards the end. Jets defenders finding themselves a little out of position. And Peck getting tested towards the end with some closer shots. Not a lot that he can do on some of those opportunities, but his best. Both teams coming in with a 2-3 record, coming off of a loss. Somerville losing to Saugus 11-8, and Jets losing to Medford 14-3 in their last game. Next games are going to be on Thursday. Malden for the Jets here at home, and Somerville going to be taking on Revere away. Face-off underway. Jets able to influence it. No possession call just up until now. Working to get a touch inside of the box. And the Jets going to get to work offensively. Looking for a pass down to the X-player. A little sloppy. Forces a retreat. And now the Jets going to get back into the works. So, a delay of game, I believe. Number 2 out of the Jets roster, Jacoby Camo, going to take the hit on that one. Somerville now on the move offensively. Jets defender coming up to play and force that back out into the alley. Jets midfielder wearing number 20, doing the work that he does, Angel Reyes. Trying to drive inside, and I believe that's Angel Reyes from B period. Ball down on the ground. Attack player working to find some help on the adjacent. And the defenders out of Lynn are ruthless. Still fighting for it. Scrum going to come away. Julius Sereno still fighting for it. Able to get possession. And passing that one off, Rafael Ortiz de la Rosa looking for some help in the midfield. Pass was well enough, but no possession maintained. And now Somerville on the move again. Jets defenders catching themselves a little out of place. Ortiz de la Rosa coming up, putting the works on the Somerville attack. Somerville to maintain possession here in Jets territory. Highlanders get their touch inside the box, looking for some help on the adjacents. It's going to take a shot, screaming outside of the box, maybe one step in. And Peck likes those. Ex-player. So ex-defender is always going to be behind the net, but now here he comes up about the 20. So when in doubt, go wide. Mikey trying to create some space with the separation. Able to do so, but not effectively enough to get a shot on. Great defense by the long pull out of Lynn wearing number 28. And that's Julius Sereno, and I like him. Out of bounds call. Highlanders ball. Inbound. Received not so well. An opportunity for a shot on net, if it was. Check from behind the back. Forces that one down on the ground. Somerville midfielder able to come up, make the play. Keep it in possession. Highlanders looking for an ISO opportunity. Trying to get a pick on the right-hand side. The defenders from Lynn doing a good job to pass off those responsibilities. And the pass fielded not so well. Stems a shot opportunity for the Highlanders. And the Jets defense not allowing too much for the Highlanders on trying to drive a seam inside. They're going to force passes. Highlanders trying to take a couple shots way out. And the work is really going to be in the legs if they want to continue to pile on goals here against Peck. Peck, good at spotting the outside stuff. Gets a little tougher as you get tighter and tighter towards that crease. Highland is looking for a little bit of help. Not a lot of separation. Another wide shot from top of the box. And Highland is going to play the numbers game here earlier on in the third. Passes up top. Jets defense playing a little bit tighter, but not so tight where they're going to come out to the box. ISO opportunity. Funnel back down low. Able to keep it in front. Peck on a save. Clear call from inside the crease. Jets midfield quick to retreat for the first look on offense. And Turf Monster gets to the attack out of Lynn. Bounces back up, ends up with possession. And looking to create some separation, get to the top of the box. Screams inside across 1 and 2. And that's the Spectre wearing 29. Goal keep from Somerville coming outside of the crease to try to force the clear. An defender from Lynn coming up, making the play, gets that one across. There's our guy again, Sereno. Looking for a shot on net off of the shins of the goal keep from Somerville. And a play on call. Probably going to be a slash. Jets going to keep possession. They got another opportunity to get a shot on net. So stoppage in the game. So a slashing call is going to result in a man-up situation for the Jets. Somerville's number 9 going to get called for a slash down low near the crease. And we'll get a look at the Somerville man-down situation and see what Coach Peter Papp has in store for the man-up opportunity for the team out of Lynn. Inbound. Far side alley. Passes down to the X player. So the ball is at X, Mikey. We're going to see an ISO opportunity trying to hug that crease. Looking for help. Able to get past one. Takes a shot on net. Nice save by the goalkeep out of Somerville. Clamps down on that. Safe inside of the crease. Looking for the long clear. And enough to get past everybody. And now the Jets got to get that ball back because that minute goes quick. Somerville with possession in Jets territory. One defender in front. 2 coming up to play as they're in a man-up situation. And the Jets defenders don't want to get too liberal with those checks. Otherwise, they'll find themselves all even. Looking down low, trying to find some help. Nothing there. He'll go to the adjacent, or rather not. Trying to find a cutter down low. Able to get one past Peck, but Peck living for another day as that one sails far right. Somerville there on the chase. Inbound coming from the X. Number 11 out of Somerville. Testing the waters against number 21, Rafael Ortiz de la Rosa. And de la Rosa putting the works on with the poke checks. Tough to pass when you got a guy's cross on the lower hand. Somerville playing from the X position, just trying to tick down the clock and get a all-even call. Oh, taking a bounce shot, able to sneak that one past Peck for the 5th goal. And the goal scorer going to be number 5 out of Somerville. So I believe that's his first of the game. And sorry, we don't have a name for you. So 5-4. Somerville taking the lead for the first time today. And we'll head to the half mark for the face. And just under 5 minutes left here in the third. Jets had an opportunity in a man-up situation. The goalkeeper out of Somerville doing the work to get the clear across. And Jets defenders finding themselves a little overwhelmed down low with the attack. Attack had the legwork to try to keep that one in their possession in Jets territory. Looking to tick it out, and the release was made after the goal coming from number 5. Driving inside, midfielder able to stem off one and picked up well by the midfield out of Somerville. Passes off to the adjacent, able to get past one. Looking for a shot, checked there at the last minute, loses possession. Now Somerville on a clear. That clear stemmed well by the Jets attack. Trying to drive inside. We got a flag, and we'll go to the referee for the call. Tripping call. And it looks like it's going to go against Somerville. So Somerville in another man-down situation. Jets have an opportunity here to put one on, and they're going to need it. Looking for a shot, passes up top, and right back down to the inbounding player from Lynn. Jets looking for a seam. Somerville in tight in the man-down zone, coming from the X player, and that's where you see a lot of cutting coming from the top of the box. Head on a swivel is the name of the game. Trying to drive inside, looking for a pass to the X player. A little sloppy. Attack on the opposite side of the field. Able to keep that one in play for the Jets. Looking for a cut down low. Pass not fielded so well. Jets going to take another opportunity at it from behind the net. Driving in. Bounces to the left-hand side. Takes a shot wide right. Jets are there on the chase. And the inbound coming from Finn Del Furro. Del Furro passes up top to the Spectre. Well, that's not the Spectre. Number 24 from Lynn. That's Timmy Saron. Somerville trying to clear it out. Jets doing what they can to stem any opportunity for a quick clear and a fast break for the Somerville Highlanders. Possession call going to benefit the Jets. And the midfielder in 22 will take it in. Derek Sock. Shot on way left. Jets are there for the chase. So Sock taking a shot in desperation. Misses wide left. Knows he's got the support from the X position. Somerville defense relentless on this man-down situation. Good job on the checks. And Somerville fighting for the scrum. Forces the Jets midfield to come up and try to make a play. And Somerville, with the speed, able to get past one and now in a fast break opportunity. Jets defense is going to retreat quickly. Pass up to the top of the box. Allows for a substitution on the midfield. Looking down low and trying to find an attack player out of Somerville. Sloppy pass, sails out of bounds. Now the long pull out of Lynn to make the inbound. Going with a long pass inside. Ortiz de la Rosa hurls one across the half mark in desperation. Turn over to Somerville, and now another fast break opportunity. Shot on net. Bounces off a peck, goes wide right. Somerville there on the chase. And an ISO opportunity coming from the X position. Defended well. Rafael Ortiz de la Rosa putting the works on from the X position. And now facing two. Looking back to Peck, but too far in front of the net. Going to help and finding the adjacent defender. Scooped up and pushed across the half mark. Isaac Ramos. There's the helping player. And certainly helped out Ortiz de la Rosa as he was collapsed in by two attackmen out of Somerville. Jets with the rock. Top of the box. Looking for an ISO opportunity. Gets to bail over to the left. Able to get past the hips of two. Shot on net. He'll get the rebound. Won't be able to field it cleanly. Now the Jets able to scoop it up in front of the crease. Pass outside to the top of the box. Creating some separation. Shot on net. Wide top. Jets are there for the chase. They'll maintain possession here. Final. So no possession call as the final seconds tick away in the third. And as we head into the fourth, Somerville 5, Jets 4. We'll be back after this break.
Hello, I'm Kevin Burnett. I've been working at LETV since my junior year. Are you interested in creating media for your school or city? Lynn Educational Television is for you. Students like me have been producing media in Lynn since 1986. Students can be paid to film many of the city's various events, such as sports games and concerts. Students also learn various skills such as directing, audio and sound production, and editing. If this interests you, come down to the TV studio in B107 and talk to Mr. Donahue. If you're unable to come to the studio, you can email him at donahues@lynnschools.org. Join LETV today. Come to B107 and become a member of the crew.
All right, fourth quarter underway. Been all Somerville since about halfway through the second quarter. Jets find themselves in a man-down situation. Somerville capitalizing and being in a man-down situation. Trying to stem off the clock and tick away the penalty minutes. But player number 5 out of Somerville saw a seam too good to take against Peck. Able to sneak one past on the bounce shot. And that was to bring them ahead by 1. Led to the half mark for the faceoff. Taking the face for the Jets. Wearing number 22, Derek Sock. Sock been capitalizing on the faceoffs for much of the game. Able to get the clamp, scoops it up right away. Fast break opportunity for the Jets. Going to get the touch and retreat out to try to live for another day. Gets yard sealed down low. And great job by the Somerville defense to collapse in on that and recognize the seam. Somerville with possession now, able to get across that half mark with ease. Funneled into the alley well. And the midfielder out of Somerville going to wait for some of his players to come back in and be options on any cuts. Looking up top, passes to a cutting attack player up top. Number 1 out of Somerville, contested by Jacoby Camo. And Camo, I think that's Camo, he's already got 2 goals. Now playing with a long pole. Oh, check that. Number 3, Isaac Ramos. Ramos making the impact on defense with a couple of clears, being the helping player. Shot on net. Saved well by Peck. Comes out of the crease. Big man looking for some help downfield, going to a midfielder. Bounces around on the ground. Now 2 Jets versus 2 Somerville Highlanders. So Somerville going to get the possession call. The attempt to get it across the half mark, not so clean. Sails out of bounds. And Jets going to take over from their own territory. Quick whistle. And the Spectre driving inside. Going to take it from end to end. Looking to get past 2. Loses the rock on a sloppy cradle. Picked up well by the attack. Takes a shot down low. Bounces off the shins of the defender. Somerville on the move for a clear. Trying to get past 2. Able to get it past 2, but not with possession. Scoops that one back up. And the Somerville defender in number 8 has my attention. He's got the speed and the gall to try to get past 4. And does a pretty good job at doing so. I think we got the number right. Number 9 out of Somerville. A little tougher than, different than doing hoops. Inbound going to come from Tevon Leak. Able to get past 1, but not before he gets a solid check in the hip. Leak passes up top. Finds some help in the adjacent. Midfielder from Lynn struggling to try to find some help. Goes down to the X-player. Looks on a cut. Can't get the pass off. Fielded well by the defender out of Somerville. There he is, number 9 again. Looking for an attack player on the clear. Now scooped up by the defender out of Lynn. Trying to drive down. Catches a yard sale on the transition. Rafael Ortiz de la Rosa is now going to fly back to the half mark to release a midfielder. And a long pass on the clear. Finds a wide open number 12. Looking for a shot opportunity. Gets it and passing to the adjacent. But the Lynn defense collapses well. Number 15 playing from the X spot. Driving inside. Looking to gain a little bit more ground against the Jets. Takes a shot and sneaks that one up top left corner. Number 5 out of Somerville scores the 2nd goal of the game. So now Somerville looking at a 2-point lead heading into the second half of the 4th quarter. And the Jets got to try to find a way to get in tighter towards the goalkeeper out of Somerville in order to drop a couple quick goals on net. Face-off underway. Sock can't get that one. Somerville comes away with it. A loose ball push call is going to benefit the Jets here. And the Jets midfield are going to get right to it. Sock gaining ground. Gets a little bit of help on the right-hand side in the form of a pick. Trying to drive in closer towards the goalkeeper out of Somerville. Funneled back towards the X position. And great checks. Great series of checks by Somerville defense. And putting Camo back onto his heels. Fast break opportunity for Somerville. Lynn in a spot where they got to try to retreat and play defense. Nice check by the defender out of Lynn. Forced that one onto the ground. And that'll give enough time for the Lynn Jets to retreat to defense. But now in a break opportunity there and trying to create some separation with the legs. And catches a blade of grass on the boundary. Isaac Ramos not too happy about that one. So inbound coming from about the half mark. Somerville's number 5 going to take that responsibility. Assesses the area. Has got a little help on both adjacents. Will pass down off to a fellow midfielder. Driving inside. Has a bit of a seam. Takes a shot. Peck gets the cross up. That one sails out of bounds. Somerville's there for the chase. Somerville attack on the move again. And he's going to take a defender way outside, up at the top of the box, trying for an ISO opportunity. The Jets' defense does a good job at funneling back in. Good box out and scoop. And a good heads-up play by the defender out of Lynn, wearing number 28, Julius Sereno. Scoop that one up, pass it off to a midfielder. Possession call going to benefit Somerville. And the Jets got to retreat to play defense. Coach Papp looking for a little bit of explanation on this one. Thanks for tuning in to Lynn Educational Television. If you're a Comcast or Verizon subscriber, we always like to say thanks to those who have a subscription here in the city of Lynn. Without you, we wouldn't be able to teach television media. So the possession call going to be turned over in the favor of the Jets. Coach Papp stating his argument, and a call overturned. And now the Spectre driving inside, able to get past 2, 3, 4, takes a shot on net, and he's able to score. Great heads-up play, using the goal to drive it in. Number 29, the Spectre. Man, just got to double-check, get a number on him. That's him. First goal of the game for the Spectre, and brings the Jets back within 1. 6-5 here in the fourth. And just about 7 minutes left in this period. Face-off is underway. Jets able to scoop that one up. Trying to find a seam down low and strike while the iron's hot. Somerville defense funneling in and pushing. And now the Highlanders trying for a clear, not going to get it. Check forces that ball onto the ground. Dembro picks it up and gobbled up by the Somerville defense. Jets maintain possession. Pass up top to number 6, Leak. Leak looking for an ISO opportunity, trying to draw a defender out to the top of the box. Somerville going to take the bait. Goes hard left. Pulls back to the right. Should get a helmet call. Maybe he rolled into it. No, there's the flag. So until they lose possession, they're still going to keep it here. That ball's on the ground. And now the Jets looking at a man-up opportunity here about halfway, a little bit more than halfway through the fourth. And Leak pulls out a defender, dodges in hard left, and looks at a roll dodge. A careless check by the Highlanders defense forces a man-down situation. And Somerville's been playing well in the man-down, so we'll get a timeout here from Coach Papp. It'll give us an opportunity to thank you, our viewership. If you're watching on our YouTube channel, please like, subscribe, and smash that notification bell for all the up-to-date sports and events happening right here in the city of Lynn. I'm your announcer tonight. or today, Sean Donahue. Bit of an audio issue in the second, so apologize for that. Before it ends up onto the channels for Comcast and Verizon, we'll do a little bit of work in post, bring you the best quality that we can. We've got Mikey and Patrick up here in the perch, bringing you these smooth and steady shots. Our first lacrosse game of the season, one of two that we're going to be able to cover. Nobody was expecting us to be here, so we got some rosters, but luckily for us, Coach Pap always prepared for a broadcast. We were able to get the roster for the guys in blue. Somerville, not so much. And a bit of a defensive struggle, if you want to put it that way. Both teams sitting below 10. And usually in these games, you see a little bit of a higher score. Coach Pap got to be approaching his 10th season as a coach here for the Lynn Jets. And years ago, every school had a lacrosse team, and there was a bit more interest in the sport. We had a youth program here, and since then, that's kind of died out. But the cooperative team between Lynn Tech, Lynn English, and Lynn Classical is what you're seeing on the field here at Manning. Beautiful day, a little chilly. A lot of these guys play on the Jets hockey team as well. Handful of classical students that we're able to recognize from TV media class. Jason Patch in goal for the Jets. Doing a pretty decent job. Anytime you got less than 10 goals, it's a pretty good day for a goalkeeper. But at this point, with the 6-5 score, every goal is going to matter that much more. So, the timeout, all set, and gameplay should be underway. It looks like we're going to get the inbound from the half mark. So the timeout must have come from Somerville. Midfield, they're on the move. And trying to get past the hips. Not able to do so until losing the ball. And now a bit of a scrum coming around the back end. Loses the rock. Scooped up yet again by Somerville. Sloppy shot, scooped up, saved well by Peck. Peck on the long clear and gets that one over to Camo. Camo screaming down low, getting his touch inside the box. And now the Jets man up after their penalty is released. Looking for a seam inside, takes a shot. Able to sneak that one past the goalkeeper out of Somerville. Great job by the attack. Number two out of Lynn. Jacoby Camo scores his third goal of the game. Unassisted from the alley. Jets tie it up late in the fourth. So 6-all. As we're just about at the 4.5 mark. Face-off underway at about midfield. And Sock able to influence that one. Doesn't get the scoop. Jets had an opportunity to take it there. Somerville going to capitalize on the sloppy ground balls. Gets the touch. And going to try to tick the time away and release the penalty. Or rather, the penalty's already been released. So, given some opportunity for some substitutions. The Lynn defense coming out way outside of the box. And Highlanders attack, loses possession of that one. Now a bit of a scrum down low. Jets are able to come away with it. Right time, right place is number 24 for the Lynn Jets. Timmy Saroon. Saroon passes down low to an attackman from Lynn at the X position. And that's Camo. Camo with the hot stick today. 3 goals on the day so far. Camo looking for a little help on the adjacent. It's going to take an ISO opportunity. Able to get past the hips. Shot on net. Pushed out of bounds. Lynn is there for the chase. They'll maintain possession. See the inbound far side of the field. John Briggs with the rock. Testing the waters against the players over at the X position. Nice poke check by number 17 to force that one out of bounds. Briggs losing possession there, and the inbound going to come near side of the field, down low in Somerville territory. Don't kick the camera, Pat. And Longpole going to pass off that responsibility to number 11 out of Somerville. He'll use the wheels to get past 2 and 3 across that half mark. And he's screaming into the box. He's got a 1v2 situation. Passes off to the adjacent. Pass not handled that cleanly. Peck in the right time, right place to scoop that one up. And a long clear. High bounce over the Jets' attack. And sloppy ground ball work is going to give the Jets an opportunity at a fast break. Trying to drive inside. And in a shot of desperation, gets a shot off net. Denbro's shot sails wide. Jets are there on the chase. And they'll maintain possession here in Somerville territory. Camo with the rock. One in front. Defended well. Trying to drive inside the seam. Forced back out to the alley. Looking for a little bit of help up top. Forces the Jets defense to try to come up. Make a play. And a possession call benefits Somerville Highlanders. Highlanders trying to find a seam. Knocked away by the defense out of Lynn. Looking for the clear on the move. And the Spectre can't clean that one up. Comes up behind. Nice check from behind. Somerville now scrums for it down on the ground. Just about 90 seconds left in this one. And a good chance we're going to head into an overtime period unless we could see a goal. And I think that's what you're seeing right now. Somerville trying to drain it down and make a comeback a little bit more out of reach for the Jets. Somerville driving inside. Nice save by Peck. And that could have been the game-winning goal. Peck keeping it calm, cool, and collected. A long pass down low. Trying to find an attackman at the half mark. Not there. So a timeout call here by Coach Papp. Going to give some opportunity to chalk it up with the boys and how they're going to approach the final 54 seconds of this one. Well, sorry, 59. So just about a minute. It's been back and forth all game. Jets coming out with the lead first and foremost and maintaining that lead up until about the third period. Somerville staying in the hunt. Biggest deficit that they faced was 2 goals. And then coming back and actually getting the lead by 2 earlier on in this period. Jets digging their way back in. Jacoby Camo with 3 goals on the day so far. Del Furro with 1. And the Spectre. I think the Spectre's got 2. A great display of athleticism on his last. Drives in past 2 defenders to start. And a sloppy roll, just enough to get past the third. And takes a shot on net, sneaking past the goalkeeper out of Somerville. And enough to tie it all up. Or sorry, to bring the Jets back within one. Some notable players today. You gotta give it up to the goalkeeper out of Lynn. Pack pelted most of the day. A lot of those shots that went by were less than about 5 yards out. He's been money on the long stuff, and since showing his ability on those long shots, Somerville has had to be forced to do the work to get inside and try to get some shots on net. A little bit tighter. Those dodges and weaves give the Jets defense an opportunity to get checks in and force the ball onto the ground. So in the final half of the fourth, it's been a lot about who's got the ground ball ability in traffic. Jets with possession here, contested well by the Somerville defense. Looking for a little bit of help on the adjacent, forced to go back to the ex-player. Camo with the hot stick, 3 on the day so far. Playing from X, pulls back up. Swallowed up by 2 defenders. Camo going to see if he can try to find some help. Somerville knows he's got the stick skills to get past 2, so he's contested well. And we're just at about the final half minute. Camo looking for an opportunity, driving in, going to use brute force, tapped on the top of the helmet, loses possession of that one. Midfielder from Lynn trying to come up and make the help. Camo getting an opportunity. The final shot bounces off of the defender into the ground. And we got a 6-6 game as we head into some overtime here. And I believe it's a sudden death situation. We'll get that detail for you. 6-6. And we're going to take a little bit of a break. We'll keep the field running for you so that you can see what's happening on the field. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back. Overtime underway. Sudden death situation here. Next goal wins the game. And Sock, assuming, back on the face-off for the Jets. Had a lot of success out there today. Getting a different look from the Somerville face-off player. Somerville ends up with the possession call. Gets the touch inside the box quickly. Jets defense. Ready, willing, and able. Substitution made for the wing players on the face-off. And now the Somerville Highlanders going to try to get a push. Sock losing track of it. Takes a shot outside. Did it go in? They're saying that it did. It must have snuck through one of the corners. That one sails past Peck in for the 7th goal of the game. So what looked like it might be an outside the net shot, looks like it snuck past one of the seams on the inside. And the final goal scored by Somerville to take the win here in overtime. Somerville going to end up going into the 500 category. Well, let's get an update on our scores. And it's been a pleasure bringing you this one. Not able to bring you lacrosse all the time. Happy to bring you this from Lynn Educational Television. We've got Mikey and Patrick up here in the perch, bringing you these smooth and steady shots. Jets going to fall to a record of 2-4 as they head in to play Malden on Thursday. Somerville going to improve to a record of 3-3, and they got Revere on Thursday. And a great play, some notable players. Jacoby Camo with 3 goals on the day. Number 29, a.k.a. the Spectre, with 2. And Finn Del Furo wearing number 9 with a goal for the Jets. Jets doing a pretty good job today defensively. It was a bit of a defensive struggle for both teams. I know you can see them on your screen, but I always like to say thanks to our crew, Mikey and Patrick, working on titles and camera today. And also, of course, from Lynn Educational Television, we always want to say thanks to those who are watching. Without you, we wouldn't be able to offer television media as part of the curriculum to the student body here in the city of Lynn. The final score on this one, Lynn falling 1 point short to the Somerville Highlanders. 7-6 is going to be the final score. We'll get our slate up ready to go for you. I want to say, from Lynn Educational Television, I'm Sean Donahue. Thanks for tuning in today. And that'll be the final score. Somerville 7, Lynn 6. From Lynn Educational Television, I'm Sean Donahue, wishing you all the best.